Well, good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. So let's get open for business here and let's wake up the football gods. Oh my God. We have, the inflection point of two teams, two different completely philosophies. The Dallas Cowboys that believe in drafting and finding their own talent and putting them on the field versus the Philadelphia Eagles that believe in free agency is the way to go. The Eagles 5-0, Cowboys 4-1. Early season juggernauts facing off in Philadelphia. And I want to start this morning's video with something a little different.
I'm Vern Lundquist, along with Frank Lieber and Brad Sham, and the Cowboys favored to win this game and go on and meet either Oakland or Denver in the Super Bowl championship 2 weeks from today.
I just remember having this great sense of confidence. We can beat anybody. I mean, we really can. We can take the field, and if we're on, we can win.
And Charlie Waters has got himself a piece of the record book with his third interception of the day.
I'll put our defensive team against any defensive team in the history of the NFL.
The Cowboys have their second interception of the first quarter.
Those were all really, really, really good players. There were no rejects playing there.
Intercepted by the Cowboys at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, I think that was the best defense in Cowboy history.
That away, okay, that's the boy. That's the way to go, okay? That's the way to go. That's Tatum.
Landry always told us on defense, if you can hold your opponent to 17 points, we're going to win. Attitude was, forget 17 points. We're going to shut people down.
We going to shut people down. We have, friends, a defense chasing history. You know, I'm always called, you're a bandwagon fan, you ain't no real Cowboy fan. You know what? Don't pretend to think that you know me and know what my 57 years on this earth is like from a couple of videos. Those guys playing, I remember when that stuff was live. I remember when John Denver, Take Me Home to West Virginia, was talking about how he was going for the Denver Broncos and stuff, okay? And the Orange Crush, because the Orange Crush soda was big for the Denver Broncos. I remember that game. I remember seeing all of these Hall of Famers play. I remember that doomsday defense, that stare of Randy White. And as they put it, there were no rejects on that defense. We've had some really great players since the 90s, since the 70s. But we've never had a defense that from every position on it like that was so great. It's football gods up there. Take a look up there, guys. That's those guys, the doomsday defense and the 78 Dallas Cowboys. But I tell you what we've been seeing so far this year, from Diggs last year with his 11 interceptions, Micah Parsons coming out and being everything that Washington thought Chase Young was going to be, seeing D-Law coming back, seeing how this team has been put together with the former commander of the Legion of Boom, to taking those philosophies and bringing in the players that fit. This defense has come a long way. Now, here's the thing that I find almost amazing, because as I'm doing my live streaming, you get the usual, crazy fans that say, the Eagles going to win 55-3. Cowboys suck. Yeah, okay. You hear Nick Sirianni say, we're going to account for Micah Parsons every single play. Yeah, okay. But we also have Dante Fowler. We have Dorrance Armstrong. We've got DeMarcus Lawrence. We've got some big guys like Osi and Digazua and Quentin Bohannon. we've got some players from Anthony Barr. I know people are still not crazy about Leighton Vander Esch, but when you get Diggs out there, and even Anthony Brown's playing good, and Jordan Lewis, you think about Donovan Wilson, you think about Jaron Kearse, you think about Malik Hooker. Every position, there are no rejects. There are no rejects on that defense, much like we had with the Doomsday defense. Tom Landry said, you hold teams to 17 points, we'll win. We're holding teams to 14.4. And I dare say that Micah Parsons' attitude is like Ed Too Tall Jones. Screw that. We're going to try and hold them to 0. Eagles have been disrespecting the Dallas Cowboys the whole time, you know? Brown basically saying, yeah, you know, Micah Parsons, yeah, good luck with this, or whatever it was. Nick Sirianni, of course, last year with the beat Dallas. You would think that this is a team that's coming off of kicking our ass last year, winning the division. So much bravado and stuff. Are they trying to convince us or convince themselves? Because I know they're a good team, but I don't know that they are as great as they believe, you know, that they're a legend in their own minds, that they're the all-star team. I think that the Dallas Cowboys defense is taking it personal. And I think that the Cowboys can come in there and do some damage. Now, let's see what they have this morning. Let's see what they have this morning, you know, from the talking heads. You know how I always like to do this. Let's see what we got.
Has he played us? All right. Different teams run different schemes. All y'all need to write is he hasn't played the Cowboys yet, so we don't know how good is he.
Ooh.
Okay. So the only thing, RC, that I like more than a quarterback controversy in Dallas is trash talk involving the Cowboys in the biggest game of the year. What do you, as a guy who's played on great defenses yourself, some of the greatest of all time, and you've gone up against really good teams, you like him talking that way leading into the game?
You know what? I don't necessarily know if I like him talking this way, but I love him feeling this way. This is what you're supposed to do if you're a dominant defense. You don't go to Philadelphia and change who you are. You're not asking yourself, how do we adapt to what Philadelphia does? No, Philadelphia got to adapt to what we do. We get after the quarterback. We have linebackers that run sideline to sideline. We have a shutdown corner on the outside. We got 3 safeties that move all around and play high-level ball. This is what DeMarcus Lawrence should be thinking. It's what Micah Parsons is thinking. It's what Trayvon Diggs is thinking. And when they step on the fields and then when they get into stadiums, they said yesterday they are looking at the 85 Bears. They're looking at the 2000 Baltimore Ravens. They're looking at the 2002 Buccaneers team. And they're talking to Dan Quinn about how these shutdown defenses took teams to Super Bowls. And that's what's different about this Cowboys team. It's not about the glitz and the glamour and the money that's on the offense. It's about the young guns and the guys that are hunting defensively. And I love this outlook from DeMarcus Lawrence. Now, when you talk about it, you got to be about it. You got to go out there and back it up. And you can believe that Jalen Hurts, who is a guy who we saw last week in talking about the Arizona Cardinals, make sure the Arizona Cardinals were mentioned in what they could present in competition or opposition of the Philadelphia Eagles. So he plays the game a different way, media-wise. But D-Law plays it how they played at the Dallas Cowboys. He plays it how they played at the White House. He's saying, we're right here, we're front and center, you got to come see us, and I love it.
I love it too.
I think DeMarcus Lawrence just went to Walmart, bought a big poster board and got the paint and just like did some arts and crafts himself. I mean, what more do you need if you're Philadelphia, if you're Jalen Hurts to hear that and say, "Oh, you don't believe in me?" Oh.
Okay. Again, yeah. What the hell was that? You know what? Literally, I don't know what the heck happened right there. Okay.
If you're Jalen Hurts to hear that and say, "Oh, you don't believe in me?" Okay, fine. But look, I mean, this is a really good Dallas defense I agree with the crux of what he's saying. I would not have said it that way. But look at this defense. They beat Stafford. They beat Burrow. Even Tom Brady didn't look good. This is, I think, Jalen Hurts' best case to show that he is a legitimate, more top-tier quarterback, but he is right there. He is knocking on the door of that next level. To me, it says, you know what, this 5-0 start wasn't a fluke. Look at how I did against one of the league's best defenses.
What do you think, Ninko?
I think Jason Kelsey, is going to walk into the offensive line room. He's going to put up on the chalkboard exactly what Lawrence said. He's going to say, listen, this is the guy that we need to get after. We're going to have to smear him in the ground. Whatever we got to do, we got to get after this defense. Because this is almost like the lead up to a big fight, you know, a UFC or a boxing fight. There's going to be some back and forth. But just like what RC was talking about, if you talk this way, you got to be able to back it up. So we're going to find out who the better team is.
Yes.
And I don't think either of these teams have faced a defense or an offense as potent. So it's going to be an awesome game to watch, and I can't wait, because when you do start talking like this, it becomes chippy. And when you have a chippy game before the game, it becomes physical, and this team and these two teams are going to be what we need to watch for the season. This is not Thursday Night Football, what we watched last night.
Oh, shit. Thank God. Thank God.
Alex, put the picks up, so let's see it. Let's see what everybody thinks. Anybody riding with me on the Cowboys? There we go. Sam Ancho's on my side. I finally found a compadre. Why do you like the Cowboys?
From Texas.
Oh, that's the reason. That's the reason RC.
He's from Texas.
Why do you like that? How are they going to win?
I haven't been a Cowboys fan, but it's not even about being a Cowboys fan. It's about all the stuff we're talking about is actually true. Like the stuff DeMarcus Lawrence is saying is accurate. He's perturbed by the media talking about, man, the Eagles. What about us, right? We have 20 sacks. We're leading the league in pressure, second in sacks, third in hurries. We always get after the quarterback. And I'm not even the team leader in these categories. It's Micah Parsons, 2 sacks, 9 pressures on one with a groin injury.
Right.
For me, if I'm DeMarcus Lawrence, I'm just angry right now.
That's it. No respect.
Because all the stuff that I've been doing, no one's giving me any credit. And so that's why I'm picking the Cowboys.
Right. So he's angry. I'm delighted. Thank you for watching.
There you go.
On YouTube.
See Micah Parsons and listen. We're not trying to diminish the impact of defensive players. Aaron Donald.
Okay. All right. So that's what we got this morning. I agree with them that literally, I don't know that the Eagles are as good as they say. You know, they have not faced a defense like this. I mean, the Jags defense is, holding teams to a lot of points, low points. But have the Jags played great teams? I mean, didn't they play like Washington? Teams like that. They played the Colts that can't score. Did they play the Texans? So I don't know that the Jags defense is as good as, their ranking is because of the competition. The Dallas Cowboys defense, I'm not ready to say that Jalen Hurts is better than Matthew Stafford. Are you? I'm not ready to say that Jalen Hurts is better than Joe Burrow. Are you? I'm not ready to say that he's better than Tom Brady. Are you? Because none of those guys, none of them have gotten to 20 points. All the talk is just about over. Cowboys hop on that big old jet airliner tomorrow morning and fly to Philadelphia for that Sunday night showdown. And we're going to see what we're going to see. And I can't wait to get this thing on. I hope each and every one of you guys, as well as you ladies and you kids, have a great day. We'll be talking about everything that is the Dallas Cowboys versus the Philadelphia Eagles. And this is going to be for real. This one is personal. I'm Mark Holmes, and, well, I'm going to catch you a little bit later.
Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting,